You're losing muscle every single night, and no one's talking about it. If you're over 50, your body is silently breaking down while you sleep. But there's one simple habit you can do before bed that could slow or even reverse this decline. It's natural, it's easy, and it takes less than 2 minutes. Stick with me. The last 60 seconds of this video could literally change how you move, feel, and live for the next 20 years. There is a feeling that can arrive as we walk longer on our path. It is a quiet visitor at first. You notice it when lifting something that was once easy. You feel it in the morning, a stiffness that was not there before. This feeling is one of fading, a sense that the strength, the very substance of your body, is slowly becoming less. This is often described as muscle loss, a technical term. But it is important to see it for what it truly is, on a deeper level. It is a loss of vitality, a diminishment of the fire that animates the physical form. To see our body change can bring a sense of grief, a fear for the future, a fear of becoming dependent, of losing the ability to be a pillar for ourselves and for others. This is a natural human experience. It is not a sign of failure, it is a signal, a message from your body and your spirit. The common response to this signal is to fight it with force, to go to the gym, to lift heavy things, to push the body to its limits, believing that if we just struggle hard enough, we can defeat this fading. For a young person, this approach can have some success. Their fire burns very hot. But as we gather more years, more wisdom, this approach can often cause more harm than good. It can lead to injury, to exhaustion, and to a feeling of defeat when the body cannot respond as it once did. The spirit becomes discouraged. The belief in our own ability to be strong begins to waver. This is because we are using the wrong strategy. We are fighting a war when what is needed is to become a wise gardener. A gardener does not force a plant to grow. A gardener understands the nature of the plant and provides the right conditions for it to flourish. This is the shift in mindset we must make. We must stop seeing our bodies as machines that are breaking down and start seeing them as living organisms that need careful nurturing. The disappearance of muscle is not just a physical event. It is connected to our energy, our chi, our life force. When our energy is scattered, when our mind is full of anxiety and our days are filled with stress, the body reflects this inner state. It cannot hold its form. It cannot properly rebuild itself. The process of regeneration, which happens every single night as we sleep, becomes weak and inefficient. So, the problem is not just in the muscles themselves. The problem is in the entire system. The mind, the energy, and the body are all one. If we only focus on the physical, we are only seeing one part of a much larger picture. The fear of becoming frail is a powerful one. It is the fear of losing our autonomy. But this fear can be a great teacher. It can be the motivation we need to learn a new way, a more gentle, more intelligent, more sustainable way of cultivating our strength. This is not about regaining the explosive power of a 20-year-old. That is the past. This is about cultivating a different kind of strength, a resilient strength, a deep-rooted strength that comes not from large muscles, but from a body that is aligned, an energy that is flowing, and a mind that is calm and clear. This is the strength that can last a lifetime. It is the strength that will allow you to continue to be a pillar, to walk with confidence, and to live with a sense of inner power no matter how many years you have gathered. This is our aim, not to fight the fading, but to transform it into a new kind of enduring light. So, the first step is to change our perspective, to let go of the struggle, and to embrace the path of the wise gardener. We will learn to listen to our bodies, to understand their language, and to provide them with exactly what they need to thrive. It begins not with a great effort, but with a small, consistent, and intelligent action. An action performed with awareness and with care. An action that sends a powerful message to every cell in your body. We are not fading. We are cultivating. We are not disappearing. We are deepening our roots. This is the foundation upon which everything else will be built. Without this shift in understanding, any exercise, any technique will only be a temporary solution. But with this understanding, a simple movement can become a profound act of self-mastery and rejuvenation. To understand how to preserve our physical form, we must first understand the concept of structure. Imagine you are building a house. You can have the finest wood, the strongest stone, but if the frame of the house is not built correctly, if it is not aligned and balanced, the house will not be strong. It will be vulnerable to the wind and the rain. Over time, it will begin to sag and weaken. The same is true for the human body. Our strength does not come primarily from the size of our muscles. That is like the decoration on the house. The true strength, the enduring strength, comes from our inner structure. This structure is composed of our bones, our ligaments, our tendons, and the way they all align and connect to one another. When our structure is strong, our body can stand with ease. It can move with efficiency. It does not waste energy. As we age, we often lose our awareness of this inner structure. Our posture may begin to collapse. The shoulders round forward, the head moves in front of the body, the spine loses its natural curves. This is not just a cosmetic issue. When the structure is compromised, the entire system is put under stress. The muscles have to work much harder just to hold you upright. They are in a constant state of low-level tension, and they never get a chance to fully rest and recover. This is like trying to drive a car with the parking brake engaged. You are constantly burning fuel, constantly creating friction just to perform basic functions. This constant strain is one of the deep hidden reasons why our muscles begin to waste away. They are being exhausted by a poorly aligned frame. Reclaiming your strength then begins with reclaiming your structure. It is about re-establishing the proper alignment of your body. Think of a tall tree. A tree does not hold itself up with muscular effort. It holds itself up because its structure is perfectly designed to channel the force of gravity through its trunk and into its roots. It is both strong and relaxed at the same time. This is the quality we want to cultivate in our own bodies. The practice is to find this alignment, to feel your feet connected to the earth, to feel your spine lengthening upwards, as if a gentle string were pulling the crown of your head towards the sky, to allow your shoulders to relax and hang from the frame rather than being held up by tension. This awareness of structure is a form of intelligence. It is the body's wisdom. When you begin to focus on your structure, something remarkable happens. You start to use your body in a more intelligent way. You learn to move from your center, from the core of your body, rather than from the extremities. This makes your movements more powerful and less stressful on your joints. And importantly, when the frame is aligned, the muscles are freed from the constant job of holding you up against gravity. They can finally relax. This relaxation is not weakness. It is the precondition for true strength. A relaxed muscle is a responsive muscle. It is ready to act when needed, and it can fully rest when not. By focusing on your inner structure, you create the conditions for your muscles to not only be preserved, but to be nourished. This is a practice that you can carry with you throughout the day. When you are standing, feel your structure. When you are sitting, feel your structure. It is a constant, gentle reminder to inhabit your body with awareness. The exercises we will explore are designed specifically to reinforce this inner structure. They are not about creating bulk. They are about creating integrity. A body with structural integrity is a body that can withstand the tests of time. It is resilient, it is efficient, it is a calm and stable place for your spirit to reside. This is far more valuable than simply having large muscles. This is about building a foundation for lasting vitality. It is a skill, a gong that you develop over time with patient and consistent practice. The strength of the mountain comes not from its size, but from its deep, unshakable foundation. We must build this same foundation within ourselves. Why is the time before bed so important? It is a moment of transition. We are moving from the world of action, of doing, of thinking, into the world of stillness, of being, of regenerating. The quality of this transition has a profound impact on the quality of our rest. And the quality of our rest determines how well our body can repair and rebuild itself. If we carry the stress and tension of the day with us into our sleep, the body remains in a state of high alert. The nervous system stays activated. The mind continues to race. In this state, deep restorative sleep is impossible. The body's natural healing processes are inhibited. We may sleep for 8 hours, but we wake up feeling tired because we have not truly rested. We have simply been unconscious. A nightly ritual is a way to consciously and deliberately guide this transition. It is an act of drawing a clear line between the day that has passed and the night that is to come. It is a signal to your entire being, your mind, your body, and your energy, that it is now time to let go. It is time to release the burdens of the day, to quiet the internal noise, and to prepare the ground for deep healing. Without this conscious ritual, we often crash into sleep. We scroll on our phones or watch stimulating television until our eyes can no longer stay open, and then we fall into a restless unconsciousness. This abrupt shift jars the system. It is like slamming on the brakes of a car instead of gently slowing to a stop. The entire vehicle shudders. Our nervous system does the same. The purpose of a gentle before-bed practice is to slow the car down smoothly. It is to calm the waters of the mind so that you can see to the bottom. The movements are slow, the breath is deep, the focus is internal. This combination of gentle movement and mindful breathing has a powerful effect on the autonomic nervous system. It shifts you out of the fight or flight mode, which is governed by the sympathetic nervous system, and into the rest and digest mode, which is governed by the parasympathetic nervous system. This is not a philosophical idea, it is a physiological fact. When the parasympathetic nervous system is dominant, your heart rate slows, your blood pressure drops, your digestion improves, and your body receives the clear signal that it is safe. It is safe to relax, it is safe to heal. This is the state in which the magic of regeneration happens. In this state, the body can get to work on repairing damaged tissues, including muscle fibers. It can consolidate memories. It can cleanse the brain of metabolic waste products. It is, in essence, a deep cellular maintenance process. But this process can only happen fully when the conditions are right. Your nightly ritual is your way of creating these perfect conditions. You are becoming the wise gardener of your own well-being. You are tending to the soil of your own body, ensuring that it is rich and receptive to the life-giving rain of deep sleep. This is an act of profound self-respect and self-care. It is acknowledging that your rest is just as important, if not more important, than your action. So, this is not just another task to add to your to-do list. It must not become a source of stress. It is an offering, a gift you give to yourself at the end of each day. A few minutes of quiet presence, a few minutes of gentle connection with your physical form. This small investment of time pays enormous dividends. It not only helps to preserve your physical strength by allowing for proper recovery, but it also cultivates a sense of inner peace and tranquility. You will find that you fall asleep more easily. Your sleep is deeper, and you wake up in the morning feeling not just rested, but truly restored. The day begins from a place of fullness, rather than from a place of depletion. This is the power of a simple, sacred, nightly ritual. It transforms the end of your day into the foundation for a better tomorrow. In our modern world, we are often taught to ignore the body's signals. We are told to push through the pain, to fight through the fatigue. We treat our bodies like adversaries to be conquered, rather than as wise partners to be listened to. This mindset is the root of many injuries and much exhaustion. The path to lasting vitality requires a completely different approach. It requires us to learn the art of listening. Your body is communicating with you constantly. Every ache, every feeling of stiffness, every sensation of ease or discomfort is a piece of information. It is a message. The practice is not to silence these messages, but to become a better listener, to cultivate a sensitivity and an awareness that allows you to understand what your body needs. When you begin a practice, especially a new one, the temptation is to focus on getting it right, to perfectly mimic the shape you see. But the outer shape is secondary. The primary focus must be on the inner feeling. How does this movement feel in your body? Where do you feel a stretch? Where do you feel a sense of activation? Where do you feel resistance? The body's wisdom is in these sensations. If you feel a sharp pain, that is the body's way of saying, stop. It is a clear boundary. To ignore it is to disrespect your own physical form and to invite injury. If you feel a gentle stretch, that is the body saying, yes, this is good, This is releasing tension. Learning to distinguish between the pain of injury and the discomfort of a healthy stretch is a crucial part of this practice. This requires you to be patient. Patient with yourself and patient with your body. Your body has a history. It carries the memory of every injury, every period of stress, every habit you have ever had. You cannot expect it to change overnight. The process of opening, of strengthening, of realigning is a gradual one. There will be days when you feel flexible and strong. There will be other days when you feel stiff and tired. You must honor this reality. On the days you feel tired, perhaps your practice is more gentle. Perhaps it is shorter. Perhaps it is focused more on breathing than on movement. The goal is not to perform the same perfect routine every single day. The goal is to show up every day and give your body what it needs on that day. This is a relationship. It is a dance. This approach, listening, honoring, being patient, is what makes a practice sustainable for a lifetime. If a practice is built on force and struggle, you will eventually abandon it. It is too draining. It becomes another source of stress. But if a practice is built on awareness and self-compassion, it becomes a source of nourishment. It is something you look forward to. It is a time of quiet connection with yourself. You are no longer fighting your body. You are collaborating with it. You are working together towards a common goal: health, vitality, and peace. This collaboration is deeply healing, not just for the body, but for the spirit as well. It mends the division we often feel between our mind and our physical form. So, as we approach any movement or any posture, let this be your guide. Your inner feeling is your true teacher. Let go of the need to achieve a certain look or a certain depth. Instead, tune into the subtle language of your sensations. Move slowly enough that you can actually listen. Breathe deeply enough that you can feel the breath moving through your body. This is a practice of mindfulness in motion. It is a meditation. And in this space of quiet, attentive listening, you will discover the profound intelligence that already resides within you. You will learn to trust your body's wisdom, and in doing so, you will unlock its incredible capacity for healing and for strength. This is the key that transforms exercise from a chore into a sacred art. Now, let us explore a simple sequence of movements you can practice before you go to rest. Remember the principles. Listen to your body, move with your breath, and focus on the inner feeling, not just the outer form. This is not about exertion. It is about gentle activation and release. Find a space where you can be quiet for a few minutes. You can do this standing, or if you prefer, sitting on the edge of a sturdy chair with your feet flat on the floor. First, just stand or sit for a moment. Close your eyes if you feel comfortable. Bring your awareness to your feet on the floor. Feel the connection. Feel the support of the earth beneath you. This is your foundation. From this foundation, gently lengthen your spine. Imagine that gentle string at the crown of your head, drawing you upwards. Let your shoulders relax down. Take 3 deep, slow breaths, in through the nose and out through the nose. The first movement is called opening the fountain. Bring your hands in front of your lower abdomen, palms facing up, one hand resting on top of the other. As you breathe in, slowly raise your hands up the center line of your body. As they pass your heart, let the palms turn to face outwards. Continue raising them up past your face, above your head. As you breathe out, let the hands separate and gently circle down on either side of your body, as if you are tracing the shape of a protective bubble of energy around you. Let them return to the starting position. Repeat this 3 to 5 times. Feel the gentle stretching in your shoulders and spine as you reach up. Feel the sense of release as you circle down. This movement opens the chest and activates the energy flow along the front of the body. It is a gesture of gathering energy and then letting go of what is no longer needed. The second movement is a spinal twist. If you are standing, have your feet about shoulder width apart, knees slightly bent. If sitting, remain with your feet flat. Extend your arms out to your sides at shoulder height, palms facing down. As you breathe out, gently twist your entire torso to the right. Let your head and your gaze follow the movement. Do not force it. Only go as far as feels comfortable. As you breathe in, return to the center. As you breathe out again, twist to the left. Continue this gentle back and forth motion, coordinating it with your breath. 3 to 5 twists on each side. This movement gently mobilizes the spine, which is the central pillar of your structure. It wrings out tension from the deep muscles along your back and stimulates the nerves that connect your brain to all of your organs. It is a cleansing movement for your central channel. The third movement is rooting into the earth. Stand with your feet together or sit with your spine tall. Place your hands on your lower abdomen, one on top of the other. This area, just below the navel, is considered the body's center of gravity and energy, the dantian. Bend your knees slightly so you feel stable and rooted. Now, simply stand or sit in this posture for 1 to 2 minutes. Breathe deeply and calmly into your lower abdomen. Feel your hands rise and fall with each breath. Imagine your feet are growing roots deep into the ground, drawing up stability and nourishment. This is not a passive posture. It is a posture of active stillness. You are training your body to find strength in relaxation. You are cultivating your foundation, your structure. It teaches the body to hold itself up with alignment, not with tension. After you have finished, bring your feet back together if they were apart. Rub your hands together briskly until they feel warm. Then, gently place your warm palms over your eyes. Let the warmth and the darkness soothe your eyes and your mind. Hold them there for a few breaths. Then, gently massage your face, your ears, and the back of your neck. This is an act of kindness to yourself. It brings your awareness back and completes the practice. This entire sequence may only take 5 or 10 minutes, but its effect is profound. You have moved your body with awareness. You have calmed your nervous system, and you have reconnected with your own inner structure. You have prepared yourself perfectly for a night of deep, restorative rest, which is the ultimate foundation for preserving your strength. Of all the tools we possess for influencing our state of being, the breath is the most powerful and the most accessible. It is with us from the moment we are born until the moment we die. Yet most of the time we are completely unaware of it. We allow it to be shallow, rapid, and chaotic, driven by the stresses and anxieties of our mind. To reclaim control over your breath is to reclaim control over your own inner world. The breath is the bridge between the conscious and the unconscious. It is the link between the mind and the body. When you change the rhythm of your breath, you are sending a direct and powerful signal to your brain and to every cell in your physical form. Think about how your breath changes with your emotions. When you are frightened or angry, your breath becomes quick and shallow, high in the chest. This is the breathing pattern of fight or flight. It prepares the body for intense physical action. When you are relaxed and at peace, your breath becomes slow, deep, and quiet. It originates from the diaphragm, from the belly. This is the breathing pattern of rest and digest. The remarkable truth is that this connection works in both directions. Just as your emotional state changes your breath, you can consciously change your breath to change your emotional state. By deliberately adopting the breathing pattern of calmness, you can induce a state of calmness throughout your entire system. This is not a belief. This is a physiological mechanism. The practice we can use before bed is simple. It is called abdominal or diaphragmatic breathing. You can do this lying in bed just before you intend to fall asleep. Lie on your back with your knees bent and your feet flat on the bed if that is comfortable. If not, just lie in a way that feels relaxed. Place one hand on your chest and the other hand on your belly, just below your rib cage. This is so you can feel the movement. Now, close your eyes and breathe in slowly and deeply through your nose. As you inhale, your intention is to draw the breath down into the bottom of your lungs. The hand on your belly should rise, while the hand on your chest remains relatively still. This is the key. You are using the full capacity of your diaphragm, the large muscle at the base of your lungs. As you breathe out, do so slowly, either through your nose or through pursed lips, as if you were gently blowing out a candle. As you exhale, feel your belly fall. Make the exhalation slightly longer than the inhalation. For example, you might breathe in for a count of 4 and breathe out for a count of 6. Do not strain. The numbers are just a guide. The important part is the rhythm, a slow, deep inhale that expands the belly, followed by a slower, more complete exhale that allows the belly to fall. Continue this for 5 to 10 minutes. Just focus on the feeling of the breath and the movement of your hands. If your mind wanders, and it will, gently and without judgment, bring your attention back to the sensation of your breathing. This simple act has profound effects. It fully oxygenates your blood, which is crucial for cellular repair. It massages your internal organs, like the heart and intestines, through the movement of the diaphragm. Most importantly, it is one of the most powerful ways to activate the parasympathetic nervous system. It is like a direct switch to turn off the stress response and turn on the relaxation response. As you lie there, breathing in this slow, rhythmic way, you are creating an inner environment that is perfectly optimized for healing and regeneration. You are telling your body, on the most fundamental level, that all is well. You are safe. It is time to rest. This practice alone, even without the gentle movements, can transform the quality of your sleep and over time have a significant impact on your overall health and vitality. It is the power of the breath. It is always with you. You only need to remember to use it. We have explored the importance of structure. We have learned a sequence of gentle movements. We have practiced the power of the breath. But there is one final element that weaves all of these together and elevates them from a simple physical exercise into a profound practice of self-mastery. This element is the most subtle and it is the most powerful. It is the quality of your intention. It is the mindset you bring to your practice. You can perform every movement perfectly. You can breathe with perfect rhythm, but if your mind is distracted, if your heart is not in it, the benefits will be shallow. The true transformation happens when the body, the breath, and the mind are all working together, united by a clear and compassionate intention. What is this intention? It is not an ambition to become stronger or more flexible. Those may be outcomes, but they are not the core intention. The core intention is one of nurturing. It is an intention of care. As you begin your practice, take a moment to set this intention. You might say to yourself internally, I am doing this to nourish my body. I am doing this to calm my mind. I am doing this to cultivate my own vitality. This simple act of setting an intention frames the entire practice. It changes it from something you have to do into something you get to do. It is no longer a chore. It is an act of self-love. It is a conscious choice to invest in your own well-being. This is the foundation. As you move through the sequence, let this intention guide your awareness. When you are doing the opening the fountain movement, don't just lift your arms. Feel that you are gathering nourishing energy. As you circle your arms down, feel that you are washing away the stress and fatigue of the day. You are cleansing your own energy field. When you are doing the spinal twist, feel that you are not just twisting your body. You are wringing out old, stagnant energy from your very core, creating space for new vitality to flow in. Your imagination and your intention are powerful tools. They direct the flow of your internal energy, your chi. Where the mind goes, the energy follows. When you combine a physical movement with a focused intention, the effect is magnified many times over. This is especially true when you are holding the final rooting posture. As you stand or sit in stillness, your mind can easily wander. This is the moment to bring your intention to the forefront. Feel the intention to be stable, to be grounded, to be strong from your very foundation. Feel gratitude for your body, for its ability to stand, to breathe, to heal. Gratitude is a very powerful state of being. It shifts your entire biochemistry. When you are in a state of gratitude, it is impossible to be in a state of fear or anxiety. By consciously cultivating a feeling of gratitude for your body, exactly as it is in this moment, you create the most fertile ground for positive change. You are replacing the fear of fading with an appreciation for what is. This is the ultimate secret, the final insight. The physical movements are the vehicle, the breath is the fuel, but the intention is the driver. It is the consciousness that is guiding the entire process. Without the driver, the car goes nowhere or it crashes. With a calm, clear, and compassionate driver, the journey is smooth, efficient, and leads to a beautiful destination. This is why this simple practice before bed can be so transformative. It is not just a physical tune-up. It is a training for your mind. It is a practice of bringing your full, conscious, and loving attention to yourself. It is a moving meditation. And by doing this, day after day, you are not just preserving your muscles. You are rewriting the story you tell yourself about your own strength, your own value, and your own potential to live a life of deep and lasting vitality. What we have shared here is not a quick fix or a magic pill. It is a path, a way of relating to yourself and to the process of aging that is built on wisdom, not on struggle. The preservation of your strength, your vitality, is not a battle to be won. It is a garden to be tended. And this tending is done through small, consistent, loving actions. The nightly ritual we have described is one such action. It is simple, it is gentle, and it is profound. It addresses the root of the issue, not just the symptom. It works on the level of your structure, your nervous system, and your own conscious intention. It creates the optimal conditions within you for your body's natural intelligence to do its work of healing and regeneration. This practice is an anchor. In a world that is constantly pulling your attention outwards, this is a few minutes to come home to yourself, to check in, to listen, to care for the only physical vessel you will ever have. The consistency is more important than the intensity. 5 minutes of mindful, intentional practice every single night is far more powerful than 1 hour of strenuous, distracted exercise once a week. It is the daily drop of water that eventually wears away the stone. It is the daily act of kindness that rebuilds a relationship. The relationship with yourself is the most important one you have. Nurture it. Do not be discouraged if you do not feel dramatic results overnight. This is a deep process. The changes happen subtly at first. You may notice you are sleeping a little more soundly. You may notice you feel a little calmer during the day. You may notice a certain ease in your movements that wasn't there before. These are the first blossoms in your garden. With continued patient tending, they will grow into a deep and resilient strength, a vitality that shines from within. This is not about denying the reality of aging. It is about engaging with it consciously, gracefully, and powerfully. It is about choosing to cultivate life, to cultivate light within yourself every single day until your very last breath. The power to change the trajectory of your own strength does not lie in a complicated machine or an expensive program. It lies within you. It lies in your ability to be present. It lies in your breath. It lies in your intention. It is simple. It is available to you in this very moment. Take this practice, make it your own, and let it be your guide. Let it be your daily reminder that you are not fading away. You are the wise gardener of your own life, and you have the power to cultivate a strength that is deep, enduring, and beautiful.